Amazon.com is scalping its customers. This is a day I never expected to come, but I guess I shouldn't be completely surprised given how hard it's been to come by Star Wars figures, especially the more popular characters. And in fact, earlier this year, back in February, we noticed an instance that was reported by Jedi Temple Archives indicating that Walmart.com was scalping figures. In this article back from February, an instance was uncovered of Walmart marking up the price of their 3 3/4 inch Black Series exclusive Rey figure from the MSRP of $12.86, give or take, depends on where you're located, to $32.96. And it does say sold by Walmart.com. So this wasn't a third-party seller on their website doing this. This was Walmart doing it. Then, earlier this week, I was on Amazon.com browsing 3 3/4 inch Star Wars figures. As I do from time to time, I like to see where the prices are at, what's available, and so forth. And I noticed that the very sought-after and hard-to-find Rey figure from the 3 3/4 inch scale line, which has an MSRP of $7.99, was being sold by Amazon.com for $15.77, purportedly with a regular price of $23.20, which is absurd because MSRP, as we know, is $7.99. And this was not a case of a third-party seller doing this. This was an Amazon.com product, and it says ships from and sold by Amazon.com, indicating that Amazon is getting in on the action of scalping Star Wars action figures. Now, this is disheartening for a whole set of reasons, not only because as collectors, distribution on this toy line has been terrible all the way from last year when Force Friday happened. If you go to your local store, you're going to find very old figures going back from last year, and it's going to be all secondary figures that nobody cares for. You're not going to find Rey, you're not going to find Han Solo. We still don't have a Princess Leia or a Luke Skywalker in the 3 3/4 inch basic line. And this Rey figure in particular, I think, has been the hardest one to find. I only saw it in stock once on Amazon. Luckily, I bought it. Have never seen it at retail, even though it's been out since early this year. So after seeing this, I was obviously quite alarmed, wanted to see if maybe it was a mistake. So I went on to Amazon.com support and I chatted with a guy named Renee in their customer service department. And he basically told me that this is the lowest price offered. If you purchase the item somewhere else for less, then that is their lowest price. And as per Amazon Business, this is the lowest price available through them. So then I told him, well, Amazon previously sold it for $7.99. $7.99 is MSRP, and anything else that Amazon is selling from this wave of figures is $7.99. So this basically looks to me like an instance where Amazon is gouging the price on a popular item. And he couldn't really address that, it seems, so he went and sent me to the price matching department, and I was assisted by a guy named Ravi Raj. And he said, I'm sure it's disappointing to see an increase in the price of the item you are planning to purchase. Our prices regularly change, and we constantly receive new data from our suppliers, and the price you saw was the lowest price we're able to offer at this time. And, I came back and I said, I get that. I understand that prices fluctuate, but when it says ships and sold by Amazon.com, the price usually doesn't go up. If anything, it goes down. You never see Amazon marking up items unless it's from a third-party seller. And I also said that if I went to a brick and mortar store, you're not going to see something like this happening. They're not going to be selling a wave of figures and pick out a specific figure from that wave to sell at a higher amount of money. That just doesn't happen. I also reiterated that all items in this assortment that you guys are selling are also $7.99 except for this figure. So if they all have the same SKU, why is this the one being singled out? And he said, we're constantly receiving new data from our suppliers. I said, that doesn't answer my question. He says, the prices do change for an item sold on Amazon. And I'm like, okay, well, that's not anything I'm talking about. I realize that prices are going to fluctuate a little bit, but if Hasbro is raising the prices on these figures, they're not going to just raise the price on one figure. They're going to raise the price on all of them. So why is the most popular character being sold at more than twice MSRP? And once again, he says the price you saw was the lowest price we were able to offer at that time. So basically at this point, I said, okay, it sounds like you're unwilling or unable to specifically address my questions. I feel that I'm not getting anywhere, and I will now let you be, and I'll go ahead and pursue this on my own and try and find clarification. So it seems to me that they probably realize that this is an instance where they are deliberately inflating a price, but they didn't want to admit to it. They're hiding behind their argument of, prices change, manufacturers increase prices sometimes. This isn't a case of that at all. Like I said, if that was a case where Hasbro was setting the price for $15 for this one figure, all of the figures in this wave would be the same price. And that's not the case on Amazon for this Rey Resistance figure. So the takeaway here is that Amazon.com does in fact scalp Star Wars action figures. That's something I had never seen in my own experience, and it is a little bit scary because this is Amazon, the biggest retailer in America. We know that Walmart was also doing it online. Who's to say that they're not going to start doing this in the stores too? I would be inclined to think probably not, but hey, you never know. If Amazon's doing something, maybe other retailers are going to want to do it too. They're obviously not afraid to price gouge an item. And what's sad about this is that, like I was saying, distribution on this line has been piss poor, and these figures have been extremely hard to come by. So not only us collectors who are trying to get these figures, but kids or their parents are going online looking for this popular figure, only to find that Amazon is charging twice the price on it versus, another figure from the same wave. And they still sold out of them. Amazon suckered people into paying more than twice the price on these figures. But, people really want Rey in Resistance outfit. They can't find her anywhere, so they're clearly willing to pay it. Which I think says a little bit more about the situation with distribution on this line more than anything else. Very disheartening all around. And yeah, I get that Amazon is a business. They have the right to set their own pricing and whatnot, but the argument that they're trying to hide behind is just utter rubbish. Makes zero sense whatsoever. And I just think this is an instance where they know that something is being scalped, but they're afraid to admit to it. And I just wonder how it's going to play out. I wonder if we're going to continue to see this sort of thing or what's going to happen. But, like I said, I had never seen this happen before with Amazon. If any of you have seen something like this firsthand, not something that was sold by a third party on Amazon, but something that says ships from and sold by Amazon.com, do let me know in the comments. I am curious to know of other cases where this has happened. I will continue to monitor the situation, see if Amazon continues to do this. Hopefully not, because, honestly, it really sucks. You expect to see this sort of thing on eBay or anytime you have a third-party seller involved, but if it ships directly from Amazon.com, it's totally disheartening and it's a total bummer. All right, my friends, please like, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. As always, I want to thank you for tuning in to Victoria's Cantina. Till next time, my friends. Bye-bye.